This goes back to that evolutionary process, evolutionary biology. We have a natural drop in our core body temperature at night, 1 to 2 degrees.
Yeah.
And what the theory is, because again, like a lot of stuff we don't know specifically why, but is that our body uses a lot of energy to try to keep our temperature up. So by bringing that down a little bit, more energy is being dispersed to do things like memory consolidation, like detoxification of your brain via the lymphatic system, like there's like a changing of the guard that happens in your gut microbiome. Like all this energy is needed to bring you back better, right? And so if your environment is too hot, no matter where you live on the planet, whether if it's like Chile or it's, Antarctica, it gets, well, that might not be a good example, but during the daytime and during the nighttime, the temperature is different. The temperature goes down a little bit at night, no matter where you are. And so if you artificially keep it high, your body's gonna kind of be trying to fight to bring itself down. So help it a little bit. Today we do have access, a lot of us, to regulate our thermostat. At least, like during this time of year here in LA, like you can get down, 50s and 60s, like you can just open a window, And so, so that's what I do. I turn the thermostat down or turn the heat off if it's been on.
Sure. Yeah. Amazing. So that's your evening routine.
And so just keep that in mind. The people that you're looking at and the people that, even the ones that are saying, sleep is for suckers, I promise they're sleeping. I promise.
They gotta be.
You can't operate, and also they might not be sleeping enough and they're not reaching their full potential. You know what I mean? So be very careful about that, because what you wanna do, you don't wanna just execute. You wanna be the very best version of yourself to get up and execute. You can accomplish so much more when you feel well.
I think I saw Steve Harvey talk about, he mentioned something, I think he said sleep, sleep is for those who are broke or something like that.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
I think he said something like that.
I don't know if that was Steve, it might have been him, yeah. Was that him that said that?
He said this recently, or I saw a video came up about a month ago, he's like, sleep is for
broke people.
For broke people or something like that, where it's like, you gotta work harder than people if you wanna make money, right? You gotta spend extra hours and things like that, but.
Yeah, again, like I know a lot of these people, man, who have these messages, and even, another really good friend of mine, and yours too, Eric Thomas, right? He's another person, out there, but he's shared this.
And he's like, I wake up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m.
But he goes to sleep early. Like we've been hanging out for a long time.
He sleep at like 8 p.m. or something, right?
He's knocked out, all right? But he's getting up and grinding, right? When he's up, he's trouble. So his thing is, get enough sleep, but don't sleep in. Don't oversleep. Don't be lazy. That's the difference. It's not don't sleep. That's killing yourself. And you're not showing up as the best you, as we kind of gone through today.
Is there too much sleep?
Absolutely, yeah. We can, and I know that many of us have experienced this where maybe we sleep longer than normal and we're tired. Like we're super tired when we get up and we're like tired for a while. And a big part of that is just kind of even how we're interrupting our sleep cycles, But that's a really unique conversation.
What is the optimal amount of hours for most people who live busy lives, who are pushing the envelope on work, family, activities? They're doing a lot of things. They're trying to fill it all on their plate, achieve their goals and do everything. What would be the optimal amount of hours of sleep for those types of people?
I'll tell you right now that 8 hours is not enough for some people. All right, for some people it's 6. For some people it's 7. For some people it's 9. It depends, man. It's the answer that nobody wants to hear because, these so-called experts are like giving people these cookie cutter answers like, you need to get 8 hours of sleep. I think that's wildly negligent to tell people that, because you can become neurotic about something that you don't even really need. What it really boils down to, if you're getting 8 hours of shitty sleep, for me, I liken sleep minutes to calories. Like today, most people are well aware that it's not just the quantity of calories, it's the quality of those calories. For same thing, it's the quality of those sleep minutes, not just the quantity, right? But just a little quick thing that I wanna share with people, that's another big buy-in point, is that our sleep quality affects our appearance, right? Specifically, nobody's waking up like, I just wanna be super ugly today. Like as ugly as possible. You know what I mean? I want to scare children. You know what I mean? And there was this really cool study that was done recently. So this was just in 2017. And the Swedish researchers, and what they did was they had study participants take a picture after a full night of good sleep. And then they had them take a picture after sleep depriving them, where they're getting about 5 to 6 hours of sleep for 2 days. All right, so they sleep deprive them for 2 days, take their picture again. There's a mixture of pictures that these raters, the people who were rating all the people's beauty, and what they did was they looked at all the different pictures, and this is looking at what's happening in our brains, just again through evolutionary biology. When we see people, we get feedback.
Yep.
And what the scientists were wanting to do was to find out, does sleep deprivation cause a hesitance to want to be around somebody?
Wow.
All right. And so what the raters found was that when people were sleep deprived, they were deemed to be less attractive. They were deemed to be less healthy. And they also decided, like, I would be less interested in socializing with this person. Okay.
Wow.
Just in 2 days of sleep deprivation. And another study by Swedish researchers found that just 5 days of sleep deprivation, just getting less than 6 hours of sleep, led to 45% increase in fine lines and wrinkles in the face. It aged you very quickly, but the good news is it reverses, not as quickly.
It rebounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's called beauty sleep. Why don't we talk about this more?
It's true.
You know what I mean? It's called
true.
beauty sleep for a reason. There's real rejuvenative magic in this.
In sleeping.
You know what I mean? And so looking at how we feel about other people and how we're showing up in the world, like, your sleep has a big impact on that.
So imagine it's your last day on earth, many years from now, and you've created everything you want to create. You've done all the research, the books, the podcasts, whatever it is, you've done it all.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, you got to take all of your work with you to the next world, heaven, wherever you go, right?
Yeah.
But you get to leave behind a piece of paper, and you can write down 3 things you know to be true about your whole life experience. Of all the lessons and truths that you know that you would want to share behind, what would you say are your 3 truths?
Well, what's coming up for me, the first thing is that, and this might sound a little but love wins. That's what's coming up for me.
Yeah.
Love wins. For me, over these years, man, I really believe that our relationships are the most impactful thing on our health, on our success in life, on our ability to, problem solve and to just be happy, our happiness quotient. It's our relationships. Sleep is amazing, but our relationships affect our sleep. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So I think it's just a huge governing force, and love wins, and finding ways to not try to win, but to love more, So that would be one. I hope that makes sense.
Love wins.
Number 2 would be, wow, this is tough, man, is self-care,
Yeah.
Make sure that you're taking care of yourself so that you can show up as the best version of yourself for the people that need you. There's a big culture today of, pushing yourself to the limit, sacrificing, this word sacrifice yourself so that you can do good for the people that you're trying to help, or, even do good for the world. But the word sacrifice is from a root meaning to make sacred, right? And so if we're making sacred the craft of taking care of oneself so that I can be the best version of myself, I don't really see it as a sacrifice. Like, if I'm getting to bed early, if I'm skipping out on the party a little bit early, it's not a sacrifice, it's a sacred practice for me so that I can be the best me possible. So make sure that you're focusing on self-care as you move into the future.
Yeah.
So that would be number 2. And number 3 would be to laugh as much as possible and have fun, be with people who make you laugh, cultivate humor, I think is super important. And also, just as we move into this next decade, I think that laughter, humor, smiling, kindness, these are going to be the things that really help to bring us together. We got enough stuff bringing us apart, but if we stop taking ourselves so seriously and understand that we are just a cell in this incredible body that we call Earth, and our job is to be a light, and we have the ability to light up any room we go into. And I've just literally yesterday ran an experiment, and it's like the holiday season around this time, and I was just smiling at people, whether it's in the store, just people driving by in the parking lot, boom, smiles. 9 times out of 10, people smile back.
Yeah, man.
It's a responsive, reflexive thing, and then they can carry that on to the next person.